Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Palace Post. Before we get started, I want to say thank you to everyone who has not only given a thumbs up to these videos, but to our first 20. I think we have over 20 subscribers now, and I just want you guys to know I'm so glad that you enjoy this sort of content. It can be a little bit nerdy and it's super niche, but if you think it's as interesting as I do, I'm really pleased about that. In this video, we're going to take a look at some of the outgoing mail and some new mail that has just arrived. But I haven't shared with you any of the outgoing mail yet, or like who I write to. So in this video, I want to show you that, starting with this. There are actually five outgoing letters. These are going to mail out. Well, you're going to see this on the same morning that these are going out, actually. So this is going to go out tomorrow morning, and this video is going to go live tomorrow morning. So this first letter is to the the Duke of Bedford. The Duke of Bedford is renovating Woburn Abbey, which is his family's historic family estate where they've lived for generations, and they're putting millions of pounds into renovating certain public parts of it. So it's been closed to the public. They haven't been doing tours there for over a year, and they're almost done. They expect to be done, I believe, in February, and it will reopen to the public. So this is just a letter of support and congratulations that this huge project that they've been undertaking is almost finished. And that's to the Duke of Bedford at Woburn Abbey in the United Kingdom. This is going to Jean the Count of Paris. Now, the Count of Paris is one of the pretenders to the throne of France. He is directly descended from the last legitimate king of France, from the Orleans line of inheritance. So that would be as opposed to like the Napoleons or the Bourbons. And maybe in one video we'll do like an explanation of the differences of those three royal lines within France. But this is going to the Count of Paris because he gave a very impassioned public plea for the jewels, these very historic jewels that used to belong to members of his family a very long time ago, that they be returned to the Louvre. They were quite famously last week stolen from the Louvre, and he made a very impassioned plea. So this is just a letter of support to him and to the people of France that those might get returned safely. Although, we'll see. Maybe, who knows? This is to the Duke of Northumberland in the United Kingdom. His birthday is coming up, so this is a very simple birthday message to him. And finally to, oh yeah, that's right, I forgot about that one. This is to King Charles. The wedding anniversary of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, his parents, is coming up. So this is just a note wishing him well as he observes their wedding anniversary. And finally, this is to Prince Hans Adam II of Liechtenstein. He's the reigning monarch of Liechtenstein, but he is, I guess you could say, semi-retired because he hasn't abdicated in favor of his son, but he has made his son the regent. So his son runs things, the crown prince of Liechtenstein, and Hans Adam kind of lives in a semi-retirement. In another video, maybe we'll go over the differences between like a regency and abdication and or just a regular ascendancy and how those differ from one another. But Hans Adam is still the reigning monarch, but his son is really running the country. And Liechtenstein, it's not an absolute monarchy, but it's as close as you're going to get, just about, other than the Vatican. It's as close to an absolute monarchy as you're probably going to get in Europe. So this is for the anniversary of his accession to the throne of Liechtenstein. So this is just, a congratulations on the anniversary of that occasion. Now, we do have new mail to get to. And some of it's very exciting for different reasons. The first one we're going to get to is another one from Buckingham Palace. You might remember in my first video, I mentioned that I only had one, I thought I only had two, maybe three letters from Buckingham Palace. And I got another one this week. It's been a really great couple of weeks for mail, and which is great for me launching the channel to share with all of you. But don't get used to it. It's not always, I don't always have this much mail coming in such quantities week after week. But let's go and take this. Now, I've censored out my own address here, and I've censored my name off of the letter itself. The last one we received was on behalf of the king. And it was in response to a letter I sent about the death of the Duchess of Kent. I had written a letter to the king about the victory over Japan memorials. You may remember that we received a letter from Queen Camilla in the last episode. And she was replying to a letter I had sent her about the victory over Japan memorials. And now I have one from the king, or at the very least on behalf of the king. I'll let you kind of get a look at that there. I've censored out my name at the top and the bottom. But yeah, this was really nice to get. And like I said, this is only probably my third letter from Buckingham Palace. I have some from Kensington Palace, and obviously I have several. If you watched our last video, I have several from Queen Camilla. But this is only it's got to be like the third one from Buckingham. I'm gonna have to go back through and look, but I don't have many from Buckingham Palace, so this was really nice to get. Let's set this aside. Now, this one is also really, really cool. Once again, I've covered my address. This is actually, you can probably see there, from Belgium. This is the first response I've received from Belgium. They are very picky with their responses and who they send responses to. I've never received a response from Belgium, and believe me, I've tried. And here we go, from Brussels. And not only is it from Brussels, let's pull the response out of here. Here we are. This is from Queen Paula. You see here. This is in German and in French. Queen Paula is turning 88 years old. Now, she is not the current Queen of Belgium. She's actually married to the former King of Belgium, who a few years ago abdicated in favor of his son, who is King Philippe now. But this is the former Queen. You might call her the Queen Mother now. That's not exactly what they call her in Belgium, but you might call her the Queen Mother. Anyhow, I sent a letter for her 88th birthday. Really pleased to get this. And I can tell you this, that this is all you're going to get. This type of thing, these sorts of responses, this is exactly what you get from Belgium. It would be astronomical to get like a hand-signed anything from anybody in Belgium, even from a secretary. That's not how they do it there. But so anyways, really, really pleased to get this. Another thing that's interesting about this, I don't want to go on too long about it, but to get one from Belvedere is, that's where she lives. It's not the Royal Palace. So this is kind of unique stationery. So I don't know, just a really cool letter all around, a really cool note. Now, moving on. This. No sooner did I make my last video showing you my four signed letters from Queen Camilla, did I get this. And I told you in the last video that we're going to have to buy another frame. And we are going to have to. Now, I mentioned before that you can always tell when you have a special letter from the United Kingdom, particularly when you get one from Queen Camilla. I've hidden my address here, but one of the things that make a letter from Queen Camilla stand apart is your address is not in a is not written in a block. It'll write the first line, and then it'll be an indentation in the second line, and then another indentation in the third line, and it kind of steps down like that. It always says private and confidential on the envelope itself, and it always has this green and white tracking label. If it's coming to the United States, I don't know what this might look like if it's remaining in Europe or remaining in the United Kingdom or going into Asia, for instance. But if it's going to the United States, it's definitely going to have something like this. Although you'll notice this was placed here by Royal Mail and not US Mail. So I'm pretty sure this would go on most of them. And a lot of times, not on all of them, but a lot of times there will be another label here with a QR code on it. But this one doesn't have that for whatever reason. So what did Queen Camilla write to us about this time? Well, one of Queen Camilla's favorite charities and philanthropic efforts is the Queen's Reading Room. And it recently partnered with a new foundation called the Elm Foundation. And I read a big article about it, and the Queen was extremely excited about it, and so is the Elm Foundation. So I decided to write a letter just expressing support and excitement for this new partnership that she's doing, because this Queen's Reading Room really is very, very important to her. And lo and behold, it got another signed response, which is, I mean, really, really cool. But this is number 5. So we're definitely going to get another frame for this one. Just really, really pleased to have it. She's obviously very generous with her time when it comes to responding to the public. So give it a shot. I would love to know if you guys are writing to royalty or to nobles around the world, and if you've gotten any replies. Comment down below if you've ever done anything like this before, and if you've gotten a reply. But if you want to write to Queen Camilla, I'm telling you, she's very generous. I am a nobody. It's not as if Queen Camilla and I are great pals or anything. But she's very generous with her time. And if you write a letter addressing something that she cares deeply about, there is a good chance. I mean, it's not astronomical. Don't get me wrong. It's still unusual to get a signed letter from Queen Camilla. She gets, thousands and thousands of them every month. So this is still really special and quite unique. But she is very generous with her time. So if you're interested in doing it, I encourage you to try it out. And in a future video, I'm not sure when, but in a future video, we'll go through some of the etiquette that I use when I'm writing these letters, and some of the language I use that might better your chances of getting a response like this. So yeah, really special. I'm just really excited about that. So we have 3 new replies, and we're going to send out 5 letters. This is going to go out at about the time that you're watching this. So yeah, what a really great episode. And it's gone a little longer than I wanted it to. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy this sort of content, if you love letter writing, or if you're a big fan of the royal family in Britain or any royalty around the world, please come back and check us out. Give us a thumbs up on this video and subscribe to the channel. We'll be back at least once a week with more updates. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.